So today I decided to do some lino printing, and the first stage for any piece of art, of course, is the research phase. I was just thinking of different ideas, looking online, and eventually came up with the idea of doing a moonscape. So in the preparation phase, I printed the pictures that I essentially wanted to print with the lino, and I had to work out which layer I wanted to cut out of the lino and which layer would print onto the paper when I had inked it up. As you can see, this did take some thinking. So I had my sheets of lino prepared, and once I knew which bits I wanted to print with, I could then go over those parts of the picture with pencil and then reverse that picture and transfer it onto the lino, as you can see. So I've just turned it upside down, put it in the right place on the lino, and then I just find a pencil and just sort of scratch over the back with the pencil. It doesn't even have to come out, as long as you've got something that scratches, just to show that the pencil, the graphite from the pencil, transfers onto the lino like that. So the next phase is cutting. So there are lots of different shapes of sort of cutting tools you can use. I quite like the V-shaped cutting tool, just because you get quite a deep cut with that, so you don't get too much kind of interference from the little bits of leftover lino when you do the printing. It takes a lot of patience and a lot of time. So my strategy is always to get rid of the biggest parts of the lino first in quite a neat way. It just means that you see a sort of see progress quite quickly, and then later on you can do the finer details. It's always a bit more rewarding after you've done the majority of the work. And you can see I'm using a very kind of deep V-shaped lino cutter just to remove all the tiny parts of lino that I don't want to print. It's really important to brush these bits away as you do them, otherwise they get stuck in the holes. And there is my finished lino. It's essentially a stamp ready to ink up and then print with. And as you can see, I have put some paint onto a sponge. You can use a lino ink or a stamp or any kind of paint really. I've used acrylic here in silver, and I'm just covering the whole of the raised surface. As you can see, I've sort of done it quite a thin layer but even. And now ready for printing. So you can either put the lino onto the table and then put the paper on top, or put the paper onto the paper onto the table and the lino on top of that. I prefer to do it this way, just so I can see exactly where I'm printing. So you put the lino face down. Make sure it's sort of firmly stuck to the page, it's not going to move around too much. Make sure all parts of the lino are in contact with the paper. And then I just get a board and just press down on it just to make sure there's an even sort of weight to put onto all the lino so that it transfers correctly. Take that off, and then you're ready to peel off the lino and you have your print. Thank you for watching.